Welcome to the DIY Dad. This is my first episode, if you call it that. My name's Jonathan Upchurch, and here in North Carolina. And needless to say, with COVID being the thing this year, you get kind of restless at home and just doing the same old, same old. I do sell paint for a living, but just kind of getting into doing some other stuff here around the house. And it's a fairly new house, but I feel like I'm flipping the whole thing. But just so happens we had a leak in our shower, and I tore it all down. I did tear down this wall right here. It was in between the tub and the shower. And I was like, you know what? In my house, my belief is if a screw's loose, you might as well build the whole house again. So I'm redoing the whole bathroom. Now's our chance to have the bathroom that we've always wanted. So I'm reinstalling the shower using the Schluter system, which is a cool revolutionary system that's out on the market now. Very lightweight. I'll show you what it's made of and how it works. But I've gotten some of the waterproofing up. I'll elaborate on that. But today I'm going to show you how I'm waterproofing the actual shower pan, which to me is the most important part of the shower, because it's where it gets the most water. So I'll show you how that's done, and guys, stick around. Hope you enjoy. All right, so I was going to tell you real quick about how this Schluter system works. So the old way of doing showers, which plenty of people still do it, is using cement board, which basically looks like drywall, but it's made of cement and some styrofoam. But this system is much more lightweight. This is on the second floor of my house, so I'm not wanting to lug a bunch of cement board up, and it's a lot harder to cut. Cement board is. This stuff you can cut on site to form to anything you need, and you just use a utility knife. And this is actually a piece of, I had tossed the other scrap pieces I had, but this is the shelf that's going to go in my shower niche here. But it's still made of the same material. So if you look at it, it's what they call a polystyrene, very lightweight. And then it has the membrane wrapped around it that's called the Kerdi membrane. And so anyway, so the board I use, there's two different ways. You can actually do a drywall shower and then put the Kerdi membrane on. Or you can spend a little bit extra money, get the Kerdi board, and put that on using their screws that they specify. And then basically after that, you take this material, it's called the Kerdi band, and this would take place of what you would normally use like with seam tape or whatever you want to use with the cement board. So what you would do is take this, which I'll show you how to do this in a little bit. You take this, you trowel down some thin set, unmodified thin set mortar, or like the Schluter all set's what I'm using. You put that down and press this in, and then take like a putty knife or a drywall knife, smooth it all the way down to get all the excess mortar out. So what that does is it forms a nice tight bond that will seal any of the cracks. You go over all the nail or all the screws, and you want to make sure you've got an overlap of about 2.5 inches over each seam and screw, as well as any material band that goes on there. So pretty cool system, very waterproof. It was come out with for, you know, DIYers or a lot of multifamily places where showers need to go up quick. So anyway, so today I'm going to show you a little bit on how to do the shower pan. All right, so here's what we got. We've got we've got a little bit of water in here. Right now I've just got a quart because 4 quarts because I don't have that much left in this bag. So this is the Schluter all set bag, and it's basically what they approved to use on all their membranes. You can use an unmodified thin set mortar, which if you watch their videos, they repeat it multiple times. But I like using this because it's kind of like I don't know, it's an insurance policy basically. So you just kind of fill it up, and always add the water first. If you add the water second, you could have issues. Because basically everything will be too hard in the bottom, and don't do it all at once either. So it could get kind of messy. So Now we got everything ready to go. Let's scoop out a little bit of this, and we're gonna do our, we'll do these corners real quick. You wanna make sure it's free of debris and everything. So this is what we're gonna do is our outside and our inside corners. And they're real good. It's probably more than I need, but then you want to do what they call directional troweling. And what that does is it basically puts lines in here so that when you go and compress the Kerdi membrane down, it squeezes the air out all the way, like the tunnel. Squeeze the air out of there. So yeah, I gotta do that outside. And these little things are just going to seal your corners. It'd be better to get more than you need on here than not enough, because you can always take the excess off. Like that. Alright, so then I'm going to take take this. I'm just going to place it right in here like that. Alright, so you place it in. Now what I'm going to do is I've got this stuff, a long strip of band. And what I'm going to do is, and the great thing about these boards is if it's a little bit off from the wall, you can actually float or push thin set in there to kind of seal that off. And you put this over it so it's waterproof. But, so I'm going to, usually like if I'm doing a bunch of strips, I'll go ahead and pre-fold them. You can actually take this stuff, fold it up into a piece. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some globs of this stuff. I'm going to kind of just push it into that corner a little bit. Right into the edge. Just so I can make sure I get it down in there, because I'll come back and smooth it out. And I'm just using a like a 6-inch putty knife. Pick it up at your local Sherwin-Williams. Purdy putty knife. She is purdy, that's for sure. Alright. And part of the reason I like to do it's kind of up to your preference. They don't specify to do the corners first. But I like to, just because, I don't know, I like this other band kind of overlapping it. And you'll see I didn't cut it the full length of the pan. Mainly because you don't want to get too much buildup of the Kerdi membrane in the corners. When it comes to that directional troweling, you want to make sure you're doing it in the direction that you're going to knife it out. So here we're going to do it this way and then that way. And it'll just make it easier whenever you go to pull the thin set out. that's it. So camera died, had to switch to this. But that's the first of many videos. You can see the finished progress. And we'll just let that dry out. See you for the water test.